We've got the truth that all Dodger fans need to know about Mookie Betts, and an LA Times writer called Mookie Betts an embarrassment. We're diving into that in just a second, but quick reminder for all the latest Dodgers news and rumors all off season long. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. Yes or no, will the Dodgers regret signing Mookie Betts to that 12-year, $365 million contract? How much did he cost LA with his poor performance in the NLDS? Let me know down below. And for all the latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. Hi, I'd like to report a missing person, and his name is Mookie Betts. And if you find him, please return him to 1000 Vince Scully Avenue ASAP. And I think the first place you might want to look is your local bowling alley, because it felt like before the series started, Mookie was more interested in talking about bowling than he was talking about baseball.
That was cool, man. That was really cool.
Why do I feel like you're happier about that than baseball?
Probably because I am. You know, I definitely get excited to go bowl. I bowl so much. I'm going to bowl after this, actually.
And hey, the last time I checked, the saying was it's time for Dodger baseball, not it's time for Dodger bowling. And look, I'm not saying that the reason why Mookie Betts struggled in the postseason was because he loves to bowl, but I am saying that when you do go bowling, when you do have a big 30th birthday party and your team gets bounced in the first round and wins just one game after winning 111 in the regular season, well, guess what? You do open the door for that kind of criticism, because the optics just aren't good with Mookie Betts right now. And he definitely is a guy that has a lot of questions to answer as far as, is he truly the leader of this team? Is he truly a guy that's going to lead this franchise to multiple World Series championships? Because if you remember, at his press conference after he signed that 12-year, $365 million deal, he told the press that, hey, he doesn't want to win just one ring. He said he wanted to win rings, plural, with an S. And in 2020, Mookie absolutely delivered. He was a big reason why the Dodgers won their first World Series title in 32 years. With the bat he came through, he had an .871 OPS. He had those bookend home runs in the 2020 World Series. He had the home run in Game 1, the home run in the clincher where he's rounding the bases, he's screaming. And at that point, you knew the Dodgers were going to win their first World Series in 32 years. And you said to yourself, hey, this is why you make a trade for a Mookie Betts, a superstar talent that really gets you over the top. And it wasn't just what he could do at the bat, it was also what he did with the glove. Just look at his highlight plays, his game-changing catches that he made in that NLCS versus the Braves. There was the shoelace catch where they challenged the call with Ozuna leaving third too early. That changed the entire momentum of that game, because the Braves, they smelled blood in the water. They were looking to eliminate the Dodgers in that one. He makes that catch. They win that challenge. They go on to not only win that game, but they also erased a 3-1 deficit, and they win and they advance to the World Series. And then there was also the game-changing catch on the Ozuna fly ball. There was the rob job of Freddie Freeman. All those little plays added up to tell you that Mookie Betts is a complete player, because he can do it with the bat, he can do it with the glove. Oh, then he also did it on the base pass. You saw him stealing bases. You saw him getting on. You saw the double steals, the big clutch runs scored. And that is when this offense is at its best. But the problem is that Mookie Betts has been nowhere to be found in the Dodgers' last two postseason series losses. In the 2021 NLCS, Mookie went just 4 for 23, hit 174, and had one extra base hit. And then this year in the NLDS, he goes 2 for 14, hits 143 with one extra base hit. So Mookie's had a combined 6 hits in his last 45 postseason plate appearances. And of course, the Dodgers have lost both of those series. So you know I bring my facts to the fight, and the fact is, as Mookie goes, so do the Dodgers. This year, when Mookie scored at least one run, the Dodgers went 69-16 in the regular season. That's good for an .812 win percentage. From 2020 to 2022, since he put on that Dodger blue, when Mookie scores a run, LA LA is 153-35 for an 814 win percentage. Now in the postseason from 2020 to 2022, when Mookie scores a run, the Dodgers are 13-2 for an 867 win percentage. Now the Dodgers record when Mookie doesn't score a run this season, that was at 31-26 for a 544 winning percentage. From 2020 to 2022, that number's at 67-65, so just 2 games over 500. And in the postseason, it's even worse. From 2020 to 2022, in the postseason, the Dodgers record when Mookie Betts does not score a run is 7-10. That's a 412 winning percentage. So when you look at those numbers, it tells you a couple of things. It says that when Mookie sets the table and he reaches base, he puts the guys behind him, their other top hitters, guys like Freddie Freeman and Trey Turner and Will Smith, in a better position to hit with runners in scoring position, to see better pitches. And when Mookie's not getting on base, this offense is just not getting it done. So yes, it was about the runners in scoring position, but Mookie Betts not getting on base also limited those opportunities. So I think it goes a little deeper than a lot of Dodger fans realize, that Mookie Betts not getting on base was a big issue. It wasn't just, oh, the guys that were on weren't able to execute in those big spots. And I think another thing we learned about Mookie Betts is that he's not going to be the Dodgers' emotional leader. I mean, just listen to what he had to say after the Dodgers Game 3 loss.
How do you expect this team to respond to that?
I mean, tomorrow's a new day. You know, we go and we play and see what happens. You know, there's no expectations. We're just going to go out there and keep playing the same game. We can't do anything different.
Hold up. Did he really just say that? A team is facing elimination. A team is on the brink of having one of the biggest postseason collapses in sports history, where they become the first team to win 109 games and not make it to the championship series. He's saying you're going to go out there and play the same game and that you have no expectations. Is that what you want to hear from your team leader? Is that what you want to hear from your franchise player? Absolutely not. In that situation, Mookie Betts has to say, hey, it's do or die tomorrow. We're going to leave it all out there. Instead, he says, no, we're going to go out there and we don't have expectations. To me, that is an unacceptable answer from Mookie in that situation. Then here's what he had to say after the Dodgers were eliminated.
We just didn't hit, man. That's on us, man. It's on the hitter side. We did not execute any type of plan. Didn't do anything. And throughout the season, we did. So, like I said, it sucks, but there's nothing we can do now.
So, look, I do appreciate the accountability there. He says the Dodgers were unable to hit, but then he also says they weren't able to execute any type of plan. Now, why is that? I mean, this is an organization that spends so much time, energy, resources, and money in putting together the very best game plans to get hitters in the best positions to have success, but you're saying that you didn't go out there and execute any type of game plan? Well, guess what? That's very obvious when you look at some of Mookie Betts' at-bats. There were times where he was uncharacteristically expanding the strike zone. There were times when you saw him go up there and take 1 or 2 pitches and there'd be a lazy fly ball out. So he wasn't up there just grinding out those at-bats. And yes, he did have some bad calls against him. Yes, he did hit a few balls hard where he did have some bad luck. But look, the bottom line is the results were not there. And for a guy that has this kind of standard, a guy that told Sports Illustrated before the season started that his goal is to be in the Hall of Fame, he did not have a Hall of Fame-like postseason. And he's a guy that really needs to step up in the future for this team to have success. And look, it was happening earlier, too. The warning signs were definitely there. It's just nobody was looking at him, because Mookie Betts in the month of September, he really struggled. In September, he hit .231. It had an OPS of .734. In October, 4 games, he went 2 for 13 with a .445 OPS. Yes, he had some hot months in there. He had a career-high 35 home runs, but the reality is Mookie Betts just needs to be better. He's a guy that needs to produce more when it matters most. And yes, look, Aaron Judge, he's been terrible in the postseason, but on the flip side, there's Bryce Harper, who's gone full God mode this postseason and is leading this Phillies team to the World Series. So, look, superstars need to step up, especially when it's directly correlated to this team's success or failure, especially especially in the postseason. So he's still a great player. He just had 2 really bad series. Now, should he be embarrassed? Well, LA Times writer Bill Plaschke, he seems to think so. Here's what he had to say after the Dodgers Game 4 loss.
Not leaving, but who should be embarrassed is Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts gets treated with kid gloves. Highest paid player on the team, didn't show up. Mookie needs to show up bigger than he showed up the last couple of years.
Wow, so those are some very strong words there from Bill Plaschke, saying that Mookie should feel embarrassed. And yes, he didn't have his best series. Yes, they do need more from Mookie Betts, but should he feel embarrassed? I think that was a little over the top. This is a perennial all-star, an MVP winner, a guy that's on track to make it to the Hall of Fame. And yes, we do expect more from Mookie Betts, but to say that he should feel embarrassed, look, Bill Plaschke, this is the same guy that compared Kobe Bryant to Lindsay Lohan and Paris Hilton. You don't believe me? Go look it up yourself. So should he feel embarrassed? That's fine if you want to say that, but I hope he just uses this as motivation to produce more in the future, because if you look at it, it's a very small snapshot, a very small sample size, but your postseason numbers are always placed under a microscope, and Mookie knows that more than anyone else. So next season, we need to see more from Mookie Betts in the postseason. But let me know down below in the comments section, what's your reaction to Bill Plaschke saying that Mookie Betts should be embarrassed? Do you think that his contract isn't going to age well? I want your takes down below. My name is D-Mac. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.